Hello everyone, my name is Hugo and welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna do a wrap-up today. It's gonna be a wrap-up from my time in Switzerland, and because I basically did not record any videos there, I did some live streams and I did sometimes maybe a post on my Bookstagram. But other than that, I have some videos that I haven't edited yet. But yeah, I thought maybe it would be nice to catch up and see what I read this summer. And so I was there from 18th of June till October 8th, so almost 4 months. I haven't read like 25 books. If you remember, I made a video of like packing my books, and yeah, I did not read them all, so that was a mistake, and I carried a lot more weight than I should have. So anyway, I'm gonna discuss all the books that I read today. I'm gonna rate them. They might be a bit, because I read them a while ago, they might be a bit like in the back of my mind, and I might not remember everything that happened or what it was about. But I'm just gonna go over my Goodreads list and discuss what I read. So I started the summer with finishing Trigger Warning by Neil Gaiman. It took me a while to get through all of this because it's all short stories and I'm not someone to read all of them in a row. So I read a couple of them, then I read more in like a novel that I was reading, then I read some more, etc, etc. I rated this 4 stars out of 5. It's really good. There are some really good stories. There were some that I didn't really care about, which is why I gave it 4 and not 5. But some are like one of my favorite stories of all time. There are some really scary ones too. And then some really sweet ones. There are some really short ones and then longer ones. And just also like the cover is really pretty. So yeah, I really recommend this book to anyone who likes short stories, and if not, like there's something for everyone. So yeah, I really recommend this, 4 out of 5 stars. Then the next thing I read this summer was Christine by Stephen King. I read this together with Maat the Booktuber and everyone in our book club. If you want to join that book club, the link is in the description. Anyway, this was for the book club. We had a whole live stream on it. I rated this 5 stars, I think. No, 4 stars. I rated this 4 stars. Not everything was super great, and there was some weird stuff that I was like, why is this happening right now? But that being said, I did not expect for me to like this book as much as I did. The character development in this book is really good, which you wouldn't expect. Like, it's about a car, an evil car, but it's really interesting how it goes. And yeah, like Stephen King does in many stories, it's about like the descent into madness basically, and it's always just written very thoroughly and detailed. And yeah, I know, I really recommend it if you like Stephen King. I wouldn't recommend it as a starting point for Stephen King maybe, but if you are familiar with his work a bit more, then I really recommend it. It's one of my more favorite ones. Then I read the first book in the Lemony Snicket series, A Series of Unfortunate Events, The Bad Beginning it's called. I don't have it, I listened to an audiobook, and yeah, it was really good. I gave it 5 stars, I think. Yes, I did. I gave it 5 stars. I remember watching like the 2 first episodes of the Netflix show with Neil Patrick Harris. I never watched the movie with Jim Carrey, but I remember liking it and I was being intrigued, so I stopped watching as you do, and I wanted to read the book series first. So I did with the first one. It was really good. It's for children, but it's still kind of dark and like gruesome almost, and there's some like messed up things that happen actually. So it's a good Halloween read if you're looking for like a creepy vibe. Like, I would really recommend that. It's shorter, it's an easy read, and yeah, I gave it 5 out of 5 stars, and I really recommend it. I really enjoyed it. Then I read The Green Mile by Stephen King as well. This was also for our book club, and we also have a whole live stream. That one is on my channel. The one from Christine is on Mazda's channel. I'll leave a link down below to his channel. But this live stream is on my channel if you want to go watch it. This blew my mind. This blew me away. This was so good. I gave it 5 stars. Yeah, this is my favorite Stephen King book, apart from maybe Together with The Shining, but maybe The Langoliers is still my all-time favorite, but that's just pure nostalgia. This was better written. But yeah, everyone knows The Green Wall, or if you don't, I don't know which rock were you were sleeping under. It's also a big movie with Tom Hanks and Michael Clark Duncan. And It's about someone that is convicted for murder and rape, but it's not just that. It's about forgiveness. It's about a lot of stuff. I can't really get into it too much without ruining your enjoyment if you haven't read it, so I won't do that. But yeah, we follow what's it called, like a guard in a prison on death row. So we, like, all the prisoners there are on death row, and these guards have to execute them, and we follow their conversations with each other, with the prisoners, and how they view the prisoners, how the prisoners view them, and just a lot of stuff gets discussed, and it's really good. The character development, and there's some twists that you might not always expect. Like, I know I was surprised a couple of times. So yeah, I really recommend it. It's a slow start, but once you get through the first 2 chapters, because it's a serialized book, so it's like 6 shorter novels. That's like 1 novel actually. So if you get through the first and the second one, then it really takes off, in my opinion at least. So if you're reading it and you're like, this is not that great, and you're like only on the second part or something, please keep reading, because it really gets a lot better. Then there was another book that I read. I read it on my Kindle, so I don't have a physical copy, but I'll put a picture somewhere. I read Flowers for Augernon by Daniel Keyes. This is about someone with a very low IQ, and he goes under some treatment, and then he becomes very smart. And he started to realize whenever in his past people were treating him badly, while at that time, because he was so stupid or so dumb, he didn't even understand that, and he thought like people were being nice, etc., etc. So I gave this 3 out of 5 stars. I didn't really enjoy it. The writing style was really good. It wrote more like a, not really, but like a diary form, more or less. The story had some interesting aspects to it, which is why I read it in the first place, but I remember just not fully enjoying it. It read very easily though, like, I have to say that. But I mean, it's not bad, which is why I gave it 3 stars. 3 stars isn't bad, but it's not up there with the favorite books of the year for me, at least. So yeah, 3 out of 5 stars. I don't really have a lot to say about this. And then the 6th and the last book that I read this summer is Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie. Famous story. Obviously there's the Disney movies actually. We follow a couple of children in Neverland, and they don't want to grow old, and it's about friendship and parenthood and trust and about a lot of stuff. It's nice. It's very relaxing. It's an easy read. It didn't blow me away. I heard a lot of good things about it, and obviously I love it. I like the movie. I like the story. But I wouldn't say this is one of the best books ever written or something. It is timeless, but so I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. Like, don't get me wrong, but I think it's maybe a little bit overrated. But I do really recommend it, that everyone should read it, especially if you enjoy the Disney movies. Then you should definitely read the source material. It's pretty similar. They were pretty loyal to it, I think. So yeah, Peter Pan. Doesn't need a lot of introduction, I think. 4 out of 5 stars. Yes, those were all the books that I read this summer. I started reading Kyoshi, so I'm just like keep reading right now, but I only read 6 books, which, in my defense, in 4 months, it's more than I used to read a couple of years ago. Since booktube, I started reading a lot more, but I think given the amount of time I had, it's not that bad, because in the month of September, I didn't read any single book. So it's basically in the course of 3 months. But yeah, I didn't have a lot of time. 6 books is still not that bad, I think. I'm still on track to get to my reading goal for this year, which is 35 books, which will be the most I've ever read in a single year. That might not sound a lot if you compare it to a lot of other booktubers, but it's still good. So I am happy with it. Did you read any of these books? Let me know what kind of books you read. Let me know if you have a video that I should watch, because I haven't been watching a lot of booktube, and I do apologize for that. But yeah, it's just time. I have a lot more time now, so let me know what you read. Let me know what you thought of these books. Do you agree with my opinion? All that kind of stuff, leave it in the comment section. Leave a like if you want, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.
Above you, there's a guy above you. There's a guy below you, there's a guy below you.